So welcome back everybody, and hopefully you've watched our previous video. For this trip it was March 5th with Connee and Jeff at a different part of Dove Springs, and right here we are leaving the tunnel that we did the walkthrough on again in our previous video. So again, hopefully you've watched that. If not, we're not going to hold it against you. But if you want to see that, it was pretty cool, so go back and take a look at it. This is going to be the second half of this ride, and we are going to explore more of this area. So sit back and enjoy the ride and watch us tear it up at Dove Springs. So in our previous video, I mentioned this group right here, this whole group of trucks and Jeeps. We met them at Bickle Camp, and they came to Jamie's rescue when he came out to a completely dead battery. Somebody loaned him a set of jumper cables, and he hooked it up to my Can-Am and got jump-started. But I just wanted to point them out because I talked about them in our previous video and how we were going to run into them again. And we will run into them again later on. But also, I wanted to point out that you saw me pass Connee. Connee was going to bring up the rear this time because on our trip up here, we actually had a side-by-side cut Jamie off and get in between us. And we can't exactly keep up with them. You know, they can go a lot faster in those side-by-sides compared to us in the four-wheelers. As you can see, Jeff has kind of left me. But Connee was going to bring up the rear so we could stay together and they could keep us in between them. So hopefully nobody cuts us off again like that, because it sucked, and it's kind of rude when you cut off a group like that, especially when you see we're the only four-wheelers out there and we're obviously together. I also wanted to point out that I did not cut as much out of this section because I did in our previous video going up. For one, I was going so fast trying to keep up with Connee and Jeff that the camera shake was just unbearable, and so I wanted to include a little bit more on our trip back. So again, that was all in a previous video, so I included it, you know, more here now. Just to let you know, just in case you haven't watched our previous video for this trip, it was frigid that weekend. The highs were only in the 50s. We were getting 40 to 50 mile an hour sustained winds with 70 mile an hour gusts. So we're all bundled up, and I'm going to point out that camper over to the fifth wheel over to the right there. That gentleman gave us a tour of the Bickle Camp, which is coming up on the left. We're passing it again. It is in our previous video. Like I said, we did get a tour, but I didn't include it even in our previous video. I just kind of gave you an overview of it. So we're going to continue on and follow Jeff, see where he takes us now. or twice before where we've been out riding, and the dust is actually blowing past us, not coming out behind us. So it's just a testament to how windy it was out there when your dust is passing you. Also, I know you guys could tell just by the sounds of the wind coming up the hill right there that, you know, it's been blowing. And I told you that we were getting, you know, like 70-mile-an-hour gusts. But, you know, it was so bad that it just was taking my helmet and pushing my head back. And you could see my visor actually went up. It was just really hard to ride into it like that. But you're going to see here in just a second that we're going to run out of trail. So we're going to turn around and head back. And I'm not going to keep that entire clip in. I'm going to trim that down. Because you at least got to see it going all the way up. So again, anything that has a hill but also has a slant or a bank in that hill kind of flips me out. So I was kind of terrified to go up this, but I did it and I was fine. See, I told you we'd run into this group again. We just pulled over and let them go by, so I cut a lot of that out because, you know, who wants to sit and watch 15 vehicles go by? But I just wanted to point that out that, yep, we passed them again. So we're coming up on our final destination, which is this vista point right up here. Jeff wanted to bring us up so we could get a glimpse at this awesome view. And honestly, I'm just going to leave it right here because it's just us heading back. And at this point, we're like at least 10 miles away from the camper. And you guys have seen that trip in different clips, especially in our previous video of us coming back and forth. So, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.